Welcome back, everybody, to the Fahim Anwar Dance Hour.
Welcome. Whew, man. We're back in the bunker.
Back in the bunker. What you drinking there?
Cherry Coke Zero.
Is that keto?
It is keto friendly, but I'm not on keto. I've been
You beat keto? You beat it?
I just gave up on it.
Interesting.
I gave up on it. You know, everyone kept saying it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. It's great to lose weight quick. And I've been able to hold it off. It's just torture. I'm like, I don't want to give up carbs anymore. But I do get to drink soda, have that, like, pleasure without the, like, heaviness of, like, the sugar, you know?
So are you a convert to zero?
Yeah, I think so. But when I go to In-N-Out, I'll get soda.
Interesting.
Like,
we've talked about this. I do the mini cans.
you do the mini cans.
I do the pure shit.
Yeah.
But I go less. I don't just drink. Some people will just drink 12 Diet Cokes or 12 Coke Zeros because in their mind, they're like, I'm drinking air.
Yeah.
I'm drinking. It's who cares?
Yeah.
But I'd rather just have a little bit of the real shit.
I'm going through a weird phase of my life right now. I'm obsessively eating not just junk food, like the bottom of the barrel junk food. I'm doing McDonald's,
I'll do that.
Burger King, but like it's like every day.
Okay, yeah, that's a problem.
I don't think I've ever done this outside of being like a 14-year-old.
This podcast is taking quite a pivot. I thought we were going to get into some topics, but this is more of like a confessional. This is you coming clean.
Yeah.
This is sort of like a self-imposed intervention.
Basically.
But this turned into a weird support group.
But yeah, just by you, yeah.
Yeah. So why are you eating all this stuff?
I don't know, because maybe I've been avoiding it for so long, because like you're in like LA, there's so much.
Tissues? You just break down. I've just been avoiding it for so long. You know, I'm eating Carl's Jr. and then it's KFC, and then I'm going to a combination Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and that's just Sunday.
Yeah. This guy's been on TikTok too much.
What? You or me?
You.
Why?
You got that Das Racist reference.
Yeah, combination, man. That was a jam.
Yeah. So because of that, because we're in LA, there's great fast food here. We have In-N-Out. Why go and eat a Big Mac or a Whopper when we got an In-N-Out burger?
But part of the deterrent of In-N-Out is the lines.
The wait.
I don't fuck with lines. Yeah. I have a theory. Once you hit 30, you're done with lines. Lines is a young man's game.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's a young man and woman's game.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've talked about this many times, where I will go to an inferior coffee shop or restaurant if the wait isn't bonkers. If it's a 5-star rated place and the line's out the door, I don't give a shit. I'm not going there.
I see.
Unless I know the chef or something and he's like, here's a table. Lines are for your 20s.
So what do you do with your craving? If you're craving something and you're like,
I don't crave something more than inconveniencing myself. Like, I won't be able to enjoy it.
That's discipline.
Yeah, Splash Mountain was for when I was 12. No grown person will stand in that line. It's only because your child is an atomic bomb and you have to do this for the child.
Yeah.
But no sane adult is waiting in that Splash Mountain line. Unless you're one of those season pass Disney people and you've got like a screw loose.
Yeah.
And you need to ride Splash Mountain.
A Disney adult.
To connect to this thing.
Yeah.
You need to peel away the layers of being an adult, and that transports you to another time. And you will wait in line. But then at that point, it's almost like sexual deviant stuff.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because you're trying to access this nostalgia element. But if you are a sane individual who's an adult, you don't wait in line for 3 hours for Splash Mountain.
That's true. That's true. What's the line cutoff time for you? What's a wait where it's like, this is ridiculous?
For a roller coaster?
For food, specifically for
this is
a restaurant.
Good. If I go to a restaurant, here's what's absurd. I was in Austin one time.
Okay.
Trying to get... For some reason, brunch has turned into the fucking Super Bowl every Sunday.
It's insane.
I have this is my Shark Tank business pitch.
All right.
It's brunch, but it's like an airplane hangar. There's no wait whatsoever. There's like 1,000 tables.
Like a massive food court.
It's just it's just like a huge restaurant.
Okay.
And what's great, people will want to come here because they know they can have dope brunch and there's never a wait. because it's like a football field.
Yeah.
It's just the biggest place in the world.
Yeah.
Why has no one just made a giant brunch spot that has no wait? The trouble is, it would become so popular that there'd be a wait.
Even with the amount of space and availability.
It's like because the word would get out.
Yeah.
And it's like a snake eating its tail.
Yeah.
There's just no, for some reason, brunch. Every motherfucker comes out of their house, and that's the meal.
Yeah.
Where you can't. It's always an astronomical wait time.
Yeah.
That's why I did that one Instagram video when I was in Austin, because literally I went to this brunch spot, and the girl with a straight face said, right now the wait is 3 hours. She said that to my face in all seriousness. At that point, just say fuck you to my face.
Yeah.
Just say, how long's the wait? Fuck you. And just continuing wiping the menu. That is the equivalent of saying 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a different meal. By the time my table is ready,
It's not, yeah.
it's lunch.
You don't want
Or
pancakes.
it's dinner.
You don't want waffles at that point.
They're closed by the time the table's opened up. 3 hours.
That's insane.
And the thing, like, as much as it kills me and I think it's ridiculous, it's 3 hours for a reason.
Yeah.
And some person is looking at their party like, oh, yeah, okay. All right, yeah, they said 3 hours. We'll just kick it around. Yeah. All right, here's my phone number. You'll text us when the 3 hours are up. Okay, yeah, guys, we'll just walk around. We'll just, we'll read a book.
Oh my God.
We'll read War and Peace. And when we're done, we can have pancakes. You want to do Belgian waffle or you want to do, oh, okay, we'll do one waffle and we'll do one pancake. Yeah, what is that?
It's insane. I personally, I don't believe in brunch. And I say this to my friends all the time. 11:59, it's breakfast.
Yeah.
12, it's lunch. And I don't do brunch. If we're going to go somewhere, we either go early enough where it's a breakfast or late enough where it's a lunch because of this whole brunch boom of the last like 15 years. I don't know what sparked it.
Yeah, when did brunch take off?
Right when Sex and the City ended.
You think?
I don't know. I'm watching Sex and the City right now and I'm just assuming.
Yeah,
Because
that'd
like
be great if there's any brunch historians who are watching. Write into the podcast, fahimanwardancehour@gmail.com.
And it's Sundays, like the Sunday
That's
brunch
what's
phase.
frustrating.
Yeah,
because usually as a comedian, your days blend together, and I'll just want to have breakfast, and then I'll realize it's Sunday,
yeah,
and I go, oh fuck, all the civilians are out.
yeah.
All the normies want to have breakfast.
The people who have like the 9 to 5, because for us,
Yeah.
work at home folks prior to
Yeah. I mean, now it's a little different.
yeah
now I'm
so prior
technically a
to
normie.
prior to COVID,
Yeah.
anytime we want like brunch, breakfast, a late breakfast, noon, it's all right. There,
Dude, it was
you
great.
don't- yeah.
Monday through Friday, when I was just like a straight up comedian, that's all I did.
Yeah.
I could have late breakfast all I wanted. Monday, just go roll in at 12:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Get a table, no problem. I pretty much can do that 6 days a week. And then Sunday, it's fucking Mad Max at Blue Jam Cafe.
Yeah.
And I always forget. I go, Sunday. It's like when you go to Chick-fil-A on a Sunday and you go, You ever do that? It's like it's like Abe Simpson going into the strip club,
Yeah,
seeing
just
Bart and then turning
walking
around.
right back out.
That's me at Chick-fil-A. Just, oh yeah.
No, that happens to me at In-N-Out on religious holidays. So like
They're closed on
Easter,
that?
yeah, like Easter, like Thanksgiving, New Year's, Christmas time shit. Because for me, I'm like, oh, it's Christmas. It's just a day off.
Yeah.
I pull in, I'm like, everywhere I go is closed, which I get, share those days with the family,
Right. Then you just go to a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, basically. Or I wait 2 hours for Domino's pizza.
That's your jam.
Yeah, I did that last Christmas. I ordered I literally drove around LA being like, I'm like starving.
Yeah.
Where can I eat?
Lachlan Patterson, he's a really funny stand-up. I think he just put a special out on YouTube. That's great. It's free. Anyone can check it out. Just type in Lachlan Patterson. He's so funny. But he has this bit about Domino's, or just like or pizza and food delivery, just the way it used to be. He goes, back in the day, you could just call a pizza place up. He's like, hello. He's like, yeah, I'd like a pizza. He's like, all right, I'm gonna make you a pie and I'm gonna drive it out to you, and that's where it ended.
Yeah.
He goes, now I wanted to get a pizza. I have to download an app, and then I have to put in my credential, I have to make a password.
Yeah.
And then I'm getting emails about your pizza's in the oven. It's like, I don't need all this stuff. And just how many.
Jose's prepping your.
Yeah. All right, it's on the way. Telling you what street it's on. And it has all this, what's my phone number, all this information you have to give Domino's. Yeah. And then as he paints it, I go, yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, the absurdity of where we've come as a society, where you just want a pizza and you have to put your social security number in and all this shit and all this extra. And now you're getting emails from Domino's. Back in the day, you just call a place, they bring it. It was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know how to get you, man, because I'll be sitting around and my phone will vibrate. Mm-hmm. It's the Domino's app.
It's like a booty call?
Yeah, and it's like
a pizza call? Like,
and it's like,
you want some pizza?
Yeah, literally, it'll be like,
what's up?
Hey, we know you're hungry. Here's a 15% off if you order right now. And I'm like,
yo, what if it's tracked your Apple Watch or whatever too? It knows how many calories you've burned, what time it is, your blood oxygen level.
Oh.
It's like, want a pizza?
Yeah.
Why not get an extra large?
Since we're on the topic of food, I want to bring up something and see if you've had this encounter before.
Please do.
Have you ever been invited? Such a stupid question, how I'm phrasing this.
Yeah, a lot of buildup.
Have you ever been invited to a dinner? No, that's a question right there. Yeah, sure. Has a friend like invited you, be like, hey, come over to my place for dinner?
Yeah.
Like, I'll cook for you. Come over to my place.
Nah, that's weird. I don't know. Like what? A friend just saying, come over, I'm going to cook for you?
Well, not, yeah.
Who's not trying to have sex with you?
Yes.
Just a platonic friend who says, come over, I'm going to cook for you.
In the suburbs, this is very normal for people. For like the 9-to-5 folks, this is normal. And married couples, like, hey, bring your, like.
Sure. I guess if you're a married couple or something.
Yeah. I've been invited by married couples.
Yeah. To say come.
So, yeah. Come over for dinner.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Okay.
Older.
Just you?
Well, I got no significant other to bring along. But
well, that's kind of rare just to invite a third wheel. Normally couples invite couples.
I just feel like I'm just like a hoot.
You're the outlier?
I'm a hoot, man. People want me at their solo dinner party.
I also like couples because it's like 2-on-2 basketball.
Okay.
You need one to run interference on the other.
Before I get back into this thought, let's go into this because I went to a birthday party.
Yeah.
My friend's birthday, a child's birthday
party.
Sumer's birthday.
I got invited. Like he didn't know I was in town.
Yeah. He was.
So he hit me up like day of.
Yeah.
He probably would have given me more lead time, but
it's funny because I got there and he was like, I invited Fahim, and in my head I was like, and I told him this. I was like, you really thought Fahim would come to your 2-year-old daughter's.
If I was told early enough, I might have come
to her animal petting zoo.
But you don't know that I love petting animals. That's my jam. I'm a huge fan of petting animals.
First of all, I don't know about that.
I'm joking.
But second of all, for you to show up to this 2-year-old birthday party at Griffith Park,
yeah.
I told him, he was like, yeah, Fahim would come.
Also, this thing had a lot of things going against it. I told him, I go, 10 a.m.? 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Am I punching in? Or is this a party?
It was a hard 10 a.m. to 12:45 because they had to be out by 12:45 because the next party was coming in.
It's hilarious.
So
it's a tight ship they run there. All right, guys, all right, that's enough petting.
Yeah. So
we got a new group of kids whose minds are going to be blown by a llama.
His wife called me the next day or the day before. Was like, can you make sure this is not like a brown person like coming at like 1 or 2?
Yeah.
Like we got to be out. So I was like,
they should put that on flyers. Say, no, this is white people time.
Yeah. White.
This is a white person 10 a.m.
Hard in, hard out. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I get there and there's a lot of people there and there's some friends
it's a real
of ours.
Who's who of petting zoos.
Mo, Asif's brother's there with his kids.
Yeah.
Our friend Imran J. Khan's there with
a lot of power players at this
with his kids.
Party. Yeah.
And I'm looking around and first of all, there's a lot of people there. And I tell these guys, I'm like, damn, Sumer's got a lot of friends I didn't realize. Mm-hmm. Then they're like, well, this is his wife's friends. And then we got into a conversation about, and I feel like our listeners might be able to chime in on this, write us in on your thoughts. Yeah. The conversation turned into couples making friends once they get married.
Yeah.
So once you get married, or if you're in a relationship, you're basically going through blind, like as the man, as like the male partner, you're going on blind dates often. If
with other couples.
Yeah,
you're going couples shopping.
Especially if your partner is best friends, they have a relationship. I'm phrasing this terribly. If your girlfriend has a best friend,
yeah,
and that best friend has a boyfriend,
you're going to be seeing them.
Now you're going to be hanging out with this boyfriend,
whether you like it or not.
And
yeah.
I'm unfamiliar with this phenomenon because I
because you're like Robert De Niro in Heat.
Yes, you got to be able to walk away from something.
Don't be attached to anything you can't walk away from in 5 minutes or
in 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Wow.
Yeah, when you feel the heat around the corner.
How funny would that be? You're on like a first date with a girl, and you say, you deliver that quote. You go, and then you just take a sip of your Coke Zero.
And then she asks, "What do you do?" Well, I'm just an editor.
I'm just an editor.
Yeah. Like, what kind of heat do you feel?
I imagine you take your sunglasses off after you deliver that line too. You go, I try to not attach myself to anything I can't walk away from in 30 seconds or less when the heat's around the corner. Can I get more Coke Zero, please?
So what do you do for a living where you have to
do that? I'm a PA.
Yeah, I'm a production assistant.
I tape down cardboard so the wires don't trip people. But heat really speaks to me.
I just resonate with that character. Oh my God, that's
there
funny.
is something very cool. It's romantic as a guy to see that movie and be like, yeah, that's right, Robert De Niro. Fuck anchors. Just Logan is an archetype. Just get on a motorcycle and Wolverine.
Be a free spirit.
Free spirit. Can't be tied down.
Interesting, because a lot of my friends, women will explain like their like free spirit of being a free spirited woman, But I feel like for men, they want to brood in something. Being a free spirit is like this like rebel without
untethered.
Yeah.
I just have a guitar on my back and a motorcycle.
But it's always tied to brooding over like heartache or isolation and pain, and
there's a romance to not needing anything.
Yeah.
Even though that's not healthy.
Yeah.
To be the guy who just like is always the guy buttoning up his shirt after fucking a model and being like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Stay. I gotta go.
No attachments.
Emotional attachments. Because when you're watching the movie, you're like,
she's gorgeous and he wants to leave?
Yeah.
What a cool guy. He must do that all the time.
Yeah.
He's ripped and borderline alcoholic and he's leaving that 10? I want to be like him.
He has trauma that he's dealing with.
I gotta go.
And
girls are like, I want him to tell me his secrets.
The mystery.
I want to know what makes him tick. I want to be the one that Wolverine talks to. I'll tell you about this. So I went to Leslie Jones's birthday party.
Oh, I saw it, yeah.
Yeah. So I get a DM from Leslie. It's just a flyer for her party.
Oh, so
and there's an RSVP email.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that looks like fun. It's this roller disco birthday party. And it's interesting because I know Leslie a bit just from the Comedy Store, and then she does SNL, so she's in New York for a bit.
Yeah.
But I just know her through stand-up a little bit. Yeah. Not a ton, but, we did have this writing job years ago before she was on SNL. We were writing, remember Beats, the Beats pill?
Yeah.
I actually have one of them from doing the job. But yeah, we were writing sketches for Beats by Dre, the pill.
Interesting.
And Owen Smith was running the room. He's actually a showrunner on The Last OG now.
Oh, damn.
He was at the party as well. So I just know Leslie through stand-up. And then also, sometimes I'll post dance videos. We've talked about this. And then whenever I post a dance video on Instagram, she will rip it and post it on her Instagram, and then she'll post it on Twitter.
Damn.
But she always frames it with like, Lord help this boy or something. And she likes it.
Yeah,
she likes it because she posts it every time.
Yeah.
But then when she frames it, maybe we've talked about this too.
Yeah.
You get some comments where people are like, this boy needs help, or this guy sucks.
Yeah.
But then some people are like,
but it looks like it's being mindful to comedians.
you don't need to be that mindful. That's so late.
It's like finish your sets and then
Yeah, maybe if you just got past at the Comedy Store and you're getting up at 1 a.m.
True.
But anybody who's invited to this party,
Yeah.
their latest
They're
set
established
should be finishing at 10?
10:30ish.
Yeah, 10:30 at the latest. So it's already late. I'm like, whatever, I could suck it up. I go there. Everyone's waiting. Oh, it's COVID test, so everyone gets COVID tests.
Okay, damn.
But what's funny, it seems cool on its surface, but then I think, what if you're in full 70s gear and they're like, you tested positive and you just got chains and an afro and bell bottoms and you just have to slink into your car.
You just got to walk
and
back
leave.
in your platform shoes.
Yeah. You're dressed up for the party and then in front of everyone they say you tested positive and you look like Sideshow Bob and you just have to leave.
Just got to walk away. Disco stew.
Yes, disco stew. It's 2 levels of embarrassment. Yeah. So I test negative.
Negative, yeah.
And everyone's just waiting in line. They're not letting anyone in yet.
Damn.
And no one's telling anybody what's going on. Everyone's just kind of waiting outside impatiently. No one's getting information. And then there's this bouncer guy and there's these steps and then no one's getting any info. So we kind of go up the steps and then Kenan Thompson's talking to the guy. He's like, hey, what's going on? Do you guys? And the bouncer's on a power trip. He's like,
oh my God.
I need you to get below the stairs. And you can't be on the top of the stairs.
He's like, we're all Leslie's friends here. Like, what's going on? You don't need to treat us like this. Can you let us know?
Yeah.
You got to get down to the...
He's trying to reason with the guy, and then he just got fed up, and I think he bounced.
Oh, shit.
And then everyone else is just waiting in line. We're waiting for an hour.
Wow. And you guys got there, I'm assuming, at 12:30.
12:30.
Okay.
On the dot.
Okay.
Waiting for an hour. And then finally they let us in. And it was nice once we got in.
Yeah.
And it was a lovely time, and it was fantastic. But whoever's running that party, because it's got to be a professional. They seem like a professional company.
Yeah.
But how do you fuck up that bad where you open an hour after an already late start time?
Yeah.
This isn't an indictment on Leslie. Like, Leslie's a lovely person. I think just people who are running it
Yeah.
just fucked up.
How are you going to turn down Kenan Thompson like that?
I know. And then I roller skated around the rink a few times. There weren't a lot of takers on the actual roller skating.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You would assume
For a roller disco party that more people would be out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
There
that
was some.
Yeah.
And
do you feel comfortable on skates?
Yeah. But it had been a long time. I grew up on skates.
Yeah.
But I haven't been out there for so long.
Inline skates?
No, I'm a purist. 4 wheels.
Oh, damn. Okay.
And then I got to the age where inline skates became cool.
Yeah.
And everyone poured it over.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
Oh, no. You
Kept it real.
Damn.
And now 4 wheels are back.
4 wheels are back.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's, not to make it gendered, but I feel like it's,
For chicks?
from what I've seen online.
This podcast is over. Get the fuck out of here.
They're the ones who brought it back. The women have brought
yes.
it
And then the
back.
men have taken the baton. The very masculine men have taken the baton and made it better.
As always.
As always.
Yes. Welcome back to the Misogynist Podcast.
Keeping it real.
No, that's okay. So sounds like a fun time.
All right. So I was so hungry because it's so late. And then there was some food. There was these turkey hot dogs and taquitos. And so I get a turkey hot dog.
Okay.
And it's a roller skating rink. So they have the same condiments and everything that they normally have. I go, is there ketchup? She goes, yeah, it's over here. I go over to this Heinz contraption, thinking that I'm going to pump it. But this is a new COVID invention, a new COVID contraption. So it's this Heinz ketchup thing, and you put your hand over it, and then ketchup comes out.
Like a little dispense.
So it's got a sensor.
Yeah.
So I go, oh, this is new. Okay. So I put my hot dog under it. I wave my hand, and it just diarrheas all this ketchup on my hot dog. It's just... And now I just have this puddle of ketchup on my hot dog. And I was so mad. And I was like, who thought this was a good idea?
Yeah.
This is the worst invention in the world. With a pump, you can finesse.
Yeah. You can put the right amount of pressure.
You get a nice artisan feel
Yeah.
of the stream of ketchup you're putting on your hot dog.
Yeah.
This is just Star Wars wave your hand over it. And it's like putting out a fire. You know how when helicopters
just release water over a wildfire.
Yeah.
It was that with ketchup on my hot dog.
Oh no, not even a good stream. You didn't get
Not a
streak.
stream.
Yeah.
In the R&D of Heinz,
Yeah.
who got a raise? Who got a pat on the back with this? Yeah, you're not touching anything, but you're just ruining everyone's food. And that's still out there. That thing is still out there, ruining everyone else's hot dogs.
Honestly, I think the best thing, the right approach, we go back to this roller place. We take a picture of the manufacturer of this Heinz thing.
It's Heinz.
I feel like Heinz might have like outsourced it to some company, you know?
And just slap their name on it.
Yeah, and we have to figure out who.
It's the Rebecca Black of inventions. How did this happen?
Yeah.
How did this many logic gates fail? And we are left with this invention.
And the worst part is like, how can we fight back? How can we make our voices heard?
This podcast is a small way to fight back.
Yeah.
It's not as large. Maybe I need to get on Rogan again. And rail on this invention.
Next time you're like, hey, I got Rogan, I will text you to remind you.
To talk about this?
The Heinz.
He goes, do you want to promote anything? And I go, no, I'm here to talk about, I'm here to take down this contraption. This is the serial number on it. If anyone has any information, any engineers who worked on it, electrical or otherwise, just please help me find out the person who invented this so I can murder them.
Yeah. Because I feel like if in this scenario, when you do see the sensor, it should just be drips of ketchup, enough for it like to cover.
I don't know. In hindsight, yeah, it was destined to fail.
Yeah.
But when I was presented with it, I was just playing by the rules.
Yeah.
And I assumed it would pan out okay.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, how would a proper stream of ketchup come out by me waving my hand over it?
Yeah, because
it's not a theremin.
It's like it reminds me of those bathroom soap dispensers.
At least,
because
even with the bathroom soap dispenser, any amount is fine.
Yeah.
It's hand soap.
Yeah.
And you've never had so much where it's heavy.
It was more than that. It was more than like a hand soap type.
Oh my God. Yeah, dude.
Oh my. Okay.
And then, I was like drinking half the hot dog. It was so gross.
Oh Lord.
So that was the party.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was fun.
So to go back to what we were talking about, have you ever encountered these double dates?
What, couples?
Yeah. For example, like if you were to arrive at this party and then you're like,
all right. So here's the shade of what you're talking about.
yeah.
I was afraid I might not know anyone at this party.
Yeah.
And luckily I knew Owen Smith and his wife were there. And I was just kicking it with them the whole time because I didn't know anybody else.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't your comedian crowd.
There weren't a lot
Your
of stand-ups
comic.
there. It was just Owen and his wife. So we were just kicking it the whole time.
Okay.
Thank God they were there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't know anyone. I would have had to meet new people, and that's not viable.
I've been to those parties.
I'm not trying to know new friends.
Yeah, I get that. Because those are always rough where you only know like 1 to 2 people, and you're like, this is it.
Yeah,
And
I'm going to leech onto you the whole night. I hope you understand.
Yeah.
I need this.
Yeah. I think that's so okay. So when we were talking about relationships, because first I was like, there's a lot of people here, and one of the guys at the birthday party were like, well, this is what happens when you get married and have kids. Once your kids are friends with another kid,
ooh, you're locked in.
Now you got to be friends with the parents, and if the parents are cool, you've made
gravy.
It. If the parents suck,
you got to grin and bear it.
Yeah, and that's also in relationships. I've never experienced this, so listeners, if you have significant others and you've been doing these blind dates where like now every weekend your wife or your girlfriend is hanging out with someone, her best friend.
You know what's a good solution to this? Don't allow your wife or child to have friends.
That's a fantastic idea.
That's a good life.
You're the only friend they need.
Yeah. Just get them into books.
Yeah.
Just say, especially with COVID, just say you don't want to risk it.
That's true.
And make sure your wife and kids don't have friends.
Yeah.
And that way you don't have to hang out with people that you're not really into.
There you go.
We did it. I think the Taliban are on to something.
Welcome back to relationship advice
from the Taliban.
From the top.
Yeah, how funny would it be? It's like relationship advice just to a Taliban guy.
Yeah,
it's this huge podcast.
It's funny because an actual video came out of this. There's this like YouTuber guy that he's becoming like this propaganda mouthpiece for the Taliban, and I feel like he's doing it to like survive.
He's doing dance moves. He's in full Taliban gear.
He's like he's doing man on the street stuff.
Is he dressed like the Taliban?
No,
or is he cool like Gen Z Smallville Taliban?
Surprisingly, he's going in with like jeans and like a button
up
and like a t-shirt.
He's sort of like the cool youth pastor.
Yeah. And he's
like, guys, this is why women shouldn't learn how to read. But he has a cool haircut.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be a funny sketch, dude. Like Justin Bieber's youth pastor, but he's a Taliban guy.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to tell you how it is. God told us women should stay in the house all day. And if they go out, they should wear a garbage bag. Those aren't my words. That comes down from the Lord. And he gets on a longboard and leaves. Like, whoa, what a cool Taliban.
May God be with you guys. Peace be upon you all. Assalamu alaikum, bro.
And he gets on a lime.
Literally, it's like this propaganda. Like, I don't think he's intentionally doing this. I think he's just trying to survive.
Sure.
But it's coming on. It's propaganda. So anyway, so he's sitting with these guys now, and there's a video that's been circulating. And these guys, these talibs are trying to like give like advice on like women and stuff. And he was like, you want a woman that's covered. She's like a melon. And he goes into this whole like wearing hijab and being covered. It's like a melon. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't follow along with the logic there.
I'm into melons.
It's kind of like this old Muslim, and this is like the toxic Muslim culture when like these men would like encourage women to wear hijabs. They'd be like, you want to be like a lollipop. Mm-hmm. A covered lollipop is desired by all, you know? An uncovered lollipop attracts ants, and but you know,
I get it.
Yeah,
it's
such like this weird, ridiculous like analogy that, and so it's
like no one could poke holes in the lollipop logic. They go, he's got a point.
Yeah.
When I see a covered blow pop, I want it. You take the wrapper off, get it away from me.
That's So
gross.
The Taliban have resorted to that kind of advice.
I'm gonna see like a super hot chick on the street and just be like, gross.
Fucking uncovered lollipop.
Get a wrapper on that shit.
Only the bees and the ants want this, you know? I'm not a bee.
It's such a... She would have no idea what that insult means. You just see a dime piece and you go, only the bees and the ants would want you. She's like, what? Only the bees and the ants would want you. Are you quoting the Dalama? How did you know that?
Shit, she's informed.
She's informed.
Yeah. But okay, back to my first thing, because this would really grinded.
Oh, I was just thinking of a terrible social experiment YouTube video that would do very well, but it's so cringy.
In Afghanistan or here?
No, here. Okay. Probably at the Hollywood Target.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, so...
That's my target, unfortunately.
Like social experiment. And then you see a bunch of people in full burqas walking around Hollywood Target. And then you get people like craning their necks.
Yeah.
And they look racist and stuff. And then they take it off and they're all just models. And they go, joke's on you. They're just like white models. And you pretend that you're deep and profound.
Yeah.
Like you had xenophobia, but they're actually beautiful white women. Now you're the idiot.
There's Arab YouTubers out there, the Adam Saleh type of guys will do it, you know. I guarantee you one of these guys will pull it off.
Isn't that the most ridiculous thing you've heard, but someone can twist that into being deep?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You mean those burqas, who I thought was just brown burqa people, was actually a hot white chick? I've got to check my privilege.
And rethink everything.
Yeah. I've got to stop judging people.
Yeah. I guarantee you something like that will happen because... things similar to that have happened.
Mm-hmm. There was Jessica Alba underneath there. That could be a good James Corden piece.
Oh, yeah.
Where he wears a burqa and then whoever's promoting a movie, maybe it's Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
They all wear burqas into like a Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
And then they take them off.
Yeah.
And they're like laughing and stuff.
Yeah.
And then some of the patrons are like, oh my God, I thought you were like a real Muslim in a burqa and you're Nicole Kidman. Oh my God, what are you promoting? I've got to watch that. And James Corden is like, it's a riot.
Yeah.
Oh, you really thought she was a Muslim woman under there? No, it was Nicole Kidman. Oh, and then Tom Cruise takes his off.
Oh shit.
And then they go, hey, remember when we were married and stuff? It was weird, but we have things to promote at the same time.
Yeah.
I think it's a good segment.
Yeah, and then people get to call out and like, walk up to people and be like, you avoided this woman in a burqa. Why?
Yeah, why? Then it's like John Quinones.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Yeah. That's how
I wanted to do a sketch where I'm like in a 7-Eleven or something, or an AM PM, and then there's a guy just like whipping me. There's just like a white guy whipping me, right? And then and then we go up to the person not doing anything and be like, how come you're not doing anything? This guy's getting whipped.
And you're just standing
He's like,
there.
I don't know. It just seemed like they were doing a thing and it wasn't my place. I didn't know why I was getting whipped. I didn't want to make it weird.
Yeah.
You let him get whipped at this 7-Eleven. How come you didn't do anything?
You guys see what the bystander effect does? People just stand around and just let this happen.
Be sure to smash that like button.
And share this video with your friends. And let's stop the bystander effect,
I had this other idea for a James Corden type thing. And I DM'd Ian Carmel. He's the head writer for Corden.
Okay.
I've realized this about myself. I'm just an idea man, for as cliche as it sounds.
Yeah.
I think my commodity is I just get a lot of ideas. Sometimes it's a TV show. Sometimes it's a movie idea. Sometimes it's a stand-up idea or a sketch idea or an Instagram sketch idea or a tweet. Just okay. I just get a lot of thoughts. And I thought this would be a good segment for James Corden because they seem to do more of this type of stuff. So I know Ian a little bit just through stand-up. So I try to just DM him the idea because maybe they could use it on the show.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want anything. I just like good ideas to live.
Yeah.
So I DM'd him the idea, but he doesn't accept DMs from... It's weird. I've never encountered... Yeah. I've never encountered that before. Normally, I could just DM whoever.
It's a new feature on Instagram.
So I was trying to give him some gold, but he can't even... So maybe this will get to him. Or maybe another talk show wants to use it. But the idea is it's celebrities in shitty cars.
Okay.
So it would be like Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Just in a beater, like in a Geo Metro, just driving around, and it's hidden camera.
Yeah.
So you just see him on the corner, and you see people doing double takes, trying to understand, is that really Brad Pitt? And you see their wheels turn, like,
Yeah.
But then why is he in such a shitty car?
Yeah,
It must be a guy who looks like Brad Pitt. So just a bunch of celebrities. You could run this segment several times.
Yeah.
Just put the most famous person in the world
And it's like-
in the shittiest car.
Yeah.
And film the reactions on the corner. Just the double takes.
Yeah.
And people slowly, is it?
Yeah.
Is it not? Because if it was a nice car, immediately they would be.
Yeah, running up to it.
But just to
selfie.
see those wheels turn of the most famous person in the world in the shittiest car, I think is comedy gold. It's yours, James Corden.
Take it, you guys. You guys would be foolish.
You'd
to
be
leave
foolish.
You'd be foolish.
I don't have the time to flesh that out. I'm an idea man.
You don't think people will be upset by that?
Who?
Being like, what makes you so, like, we don't need your ideas, Fahim. You're out here.
Who would upset?
I don't know. Egotistical people.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because, look, you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
It's just an idea. You either take it or you leave it.
Yeah.
I'm very much that way. I think even with stand-up is a communal thing. Everyone writes their own material, but sometimes you have a tag for a comedian. So that's something that happens in comedy, especially at the Comedy Store. You watch other sets and you're friends with the comics. If I see a comic and I have just like one joke on a joke they're already doing, I'll throw it out there. And it's not like it's a collaborative thing, and it's take it or leave it. If they take it, cool. If not, that's cool too.
That's actually interesting. How would you approach that? How would you pitch that?
It happens all the time. I'll see my buddy and I go.
So give us a rundown. Like, guy gets right off stage. You just watch the set.
Yeah, I'll talk to them. So usually in the hallway of the Comedy Store. So I see them in the OR.
All right.
We're in the main room, and then we're in the hallway just kicking it afterwards. And then I'll go, hey, like this part, like you could say this or this angle. And they go, oh, okay. And they might write it down.
Yeah.
A lot of comics will take my tags.
Oh, shit.
But I have no investment in it. Some comics, when they say, here's a tag, they get offended if you don't use it. And that's weird. I think very much that tags should be taken with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Don't be offended if they don't take it.
So no one has... Okay, because I'm looking at this like people would be offended that you're giving.
It depends. There's a hierarchy because they are my friends or my peers.
Gotcha.
They're on the same level as me.
Yeah.
Or I know them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go up to Bill Burr and give him a tag.
Yeah.
Or if I don't have a relationship with this person.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So you don't tag above your weight.
That's true.
You can tag equal and lower. There are some people who don't know that.
Yeah.
And then you just see there are some unwritten rules of comedy, and you see some comics break them, and it's a big no. Or it's a misstep. It's not a big no.
Okay, so
but you'll see like a younger comic do something that you shouldn't do.
All right, so for example, right now you don't tag or pitch a tag to someone.
A bigger comic you don't know.
So that's one. What's something else that these new up and coming younger?
You don't sit in the bucket seats in the back of the room in the original room. Those are for paid regulars.
Okay.
So if you don't know that, eventually a door person will come and say, "Hey, you can't sit in these chairs. These are for paid regulars."
Okay.
Then you have to sit in the chairs.
In the regular chairs.
Yeah, there's like a comic section kind of in the back left.
Yeah.
So if you're a newer comic, you can watch from there if there's room.
Okay.
But yeah, the bucket seats is like a no-fly zone.
All right. What's because I mean, who would call that out outside of like management there?
The people who are working there, but it's just unwritten rule.
Yeah, but again, that's management.
Sometimes yes,
I'm talking about like comedian, like an established comedian
anywhere?
being just like, get this
even
guy away
conversation.
from me.
If you are, this sounds very elitist and everything.
Yeah,
but there are rules in baseball. There are rules in every industry.
Even
there are
like,
rules in every subgenre.
Yeah, even corporate social rules.
Yes,
like the office politics.
Yeah, a younger comedian doesn't just start talking to Sebastian. or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Doesn't try to get into like a long-winded conversation with.
Yeah.
But some comics don't know any better. This doesn't happen very often, but there are some just eager younger comics who don't know that.
Yeah.
And will do that.
Which makes sense because even in, like, again, if we look at office politics, the intern or the new hire can't be shooting up with like the CEO or the partners of the firm,
Yeah.
It's like, my man, like.
Yeah, that's kind of a blanket. This
Yeah.
isn't unique to comedy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's others, I'm sure, but I can't rattle them off right off the bat.
Yeah. Did you ever, I think we talked about it, you did do those like Clubhouse comedy things back
during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Clubhouse. I did like one Clubhouse comedy show.
Yeah, that shit died. That app is
it
dead.
Is it dead?
It's dead.
Yeah.
Like, once people were able to leave their house, they're like, why do I need to be on this app anymore?
Yeah, it seemed fun in a pandemic. A lot of things seem fun in a pandemic. And then once the world opened up again, everyone just goes, ew, ew, ew,
yeah,
and looks outside.
But basically, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So anyways, before I got into the whole relationship tangent, going to someone's house and being invited for dinner.
Yeah.
And then now you're stuck at someone's house eating something. They're like, we made you stew.
And you got to eat it?
Beef stew. And you're just like, oh, what the fuck? Like, no offense to anyone that likes beef stew, but if I'm invited over and I'm now forced to eat this beef stew, I'm going to be furious.
What if it's delicious, though?
I mean, maybe,
Yeah.
but I think I know myself to know I'm not going to enjoy beef stew or like fucking casserole or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
Have you been in that scenario where you've been invited somewhere and now, because I'm like, if you're going to invite someone, my like unwritten rule is if I'm going to host someone, I will get a temperature check. What do you like? What are you craving? What don't you like? I'm not going to invite you over and offer you pizza if you fucking hate pizza,
But are you cooking or just ordering?
Well, let's say
you're tapping your thumbs.
Regardless is like whatever I order or whatever I present to you, that's the dinner. Whether I cooked it or I ordered it, that's dinner.
When are you getting this recon on the person? The day before?
I think a
few hours before?
I think when you make the invite. Whenever you make the invite, hey, come over my place for dinner, whether I'm making it or ordering it, I need to know, what do you like? What don't you like? What are you allergic to?
Right.
What are your dietary restrictions?
Interesting.
I actually made that mistake once. I was doing like this, like I was meeting this like agent or manager up, not my manager or agent, but like someone who is a manager, just hanging out. I was like, hey, let's meet up at this like pizza shop or whatever in like fucking like Hawthorne or something.
He goes, I don't do bread or cheese or toppings.
I just do the sauce.
I just do sauce. Can we just do sauce?
Out of the can. Oh my God.
I'll just do bell pepper and tomato sauce in a cup, please.
I had a very interesting.
So when did you move to LA?
They did the keto diet. No, so I made the mistake of pre-ordering a pizza with like meat toppings.
Yeah.
Well, I did beef pepperoni. Did not know this person was a vegetarian. So now I'm like, I feel like an idiot because I should have asked.
Yeah.
And
you go pick it off.
Yeah, I should have.
Just pick it off. You go, can I have it?
So now
I have ones you don't eat. Just stack it up like poker chips, and I'm gonna eat it.
So I'm just stuck there with with this whole pizza. Now they have to order their own.
It's secretly your dream to eat an entire pie.
That's true. That's true too.
You know, God works in mysterious ways.
But I've learned.
You unbutton your belt.
I'm like, this is unbutton my shirt too. Give me some air. But I've learned now that like if I'm gonna host or like ask, I'm not gonna order anything for people blindly.
Yeah.
Like this pizza. I'm not gonna invite someone over and make.
Sounds like you're going in on someone on this podcast.
Not someone. There's multiple because I've been in this situation so many times.
And you want it to stop.
Yeah, I want it to stop. Like,
all right, just tell the people out there if you're inviting anyone, do some recon, get some intel before you start firing up the stove.
Because before, I know we've brought this up in a previous podcast about hosting etiquette.
Yes,
you know, like you can't just provide the place. You need to.
The biggest hosting faux pas, in my opinion.
All right.
I've covered this in a previous podcast. We've talked about it. It's the bowl of salt and vinegar chips with no label on it.
Okay.
That is an act of terrorism. Even the Taliban are like, yo, that's
they
fucked
agree.
up.
They're on the same
You don't do that.
Yeah, you don't put out plain chips, that shit. But it's actually salt and vinegar. Because you can't tell with salt and vinegar and potato chips. Yeah.
You need a warning.
Yeah,
you need to announce to the people that salt and vinegar chips have been laid out.
Yeah, yeah.
Plain chips needs no disclaimer.
Yeah, that's true.
No one recoils when they have a plain chip.
Yeah. I mean, even if you don't want to like write a label, just put the bag next to it. And behind
that's a good point.
Yeah.
People can use deductive reasoning
to
be like, salt and vinegar chips are in the area.
Yeah.
I can't be popping these into my mouth willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Even though there's no label, my Sherlock Holmes detects that these may be what I hate.
Yeah, just take the bag that you dumped out and just place it right next to behind the bowl, next to the bowl.
That's the biggest party foul in my mind.
So for me, and I know we've covered this because we've covered that. If you're going to host, you have to know how to host. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to ask questions. If you have a guest come over, sit with them. If they have a couple or if there's multiple people there, especially people who don't know one another, like, hey, so this is Fahim. Fahim, this is...
you got to play connector.
Yeah. This is Tom, and Tom does this, and Fahim does this, and this is Jessica. Introduce everybody, ask them questions. So what are you up to these days, Fahim? But if you're just like, hey guys, welcome. If you guys sit here, I'm just gonna go in the kitchen and just prep the dinner. Now, 3 people are just sitting on the couch. Like,
it's a good point.
So
you just invited a bunch of people to a place at that point.
Exactly,
and that's not hosting.
Exactly, hosting is not providing the space. It's like you have to take part in like
you're a glorified Airbnb at that point.
Yeah, and I've brought this up to hosts at parties.
So-called hosts.
Yeah,
you got to do air quotes on that
because you're not hosting a party at this point.
You're just a guy.
You're just ushering us into the space.
Yo,
you're the staff,
dude. That's the ultimate diss. You go, you're not a host. You're an usher. And not even Raymond.
Exactly.
You have no excuse.
Yeah. You're just telling us where to sit.
We just thought of the 2 biggest slams this episode. It's you're not a host, you're an usher.
Yep.
And then only the bees and the ants would want you. Let's print the merch right now.
I was just about to say that.
Print the merch.
Merch of just...
Yo, what about this? Our merch will be a burqa. And it says only the bees and the ants would want you. And it has an arrow pointing to the left.
All proceeds go to the refugee resettlement.
You just turned it into a terrible thing. The worst idea.
Oh man.
Yeah, we just want to go on record and say that's the worst idea. We don't believe that's a good idea.
But maybe we might keep that slogan: the bees and the ants.
The bees and the ants, and then you're not a host. You're an usher. That's such an upper class slam.
Yeah, because
that's such a suburban.
Yeah,
Hollywood Hills.
That's
slam.
like a
You're
Karen.
not a host. You're an usher.
That's a Karen who comes over with a casserole
for sure
and says that to.
That's a good point. Some people really pride themselves on being a good host.
Me, I do. I love being. If I'm gonna host, one, I don't host by myself. It's
whoa. You have a team.
It's suicide to do a
suicide mission.
Solo host. You need a co-host. So while someone preps the food and preps the table and preps something, the other host, who is sociable and like extroverted, can sit with the guest, talk to the guest, get them warmed up, and then it's dinner time. And then after dinner, you need an after dinner activity, and again, this is only for, and we've covered this before in a previous episode, this is only for a small intimate circle. If it's more than like 8 to 10 people, then it's a party. Then it's like everyone just mingle on your own, like 10 to 15, 20 people.
All right, so what's the cutoff? How big is it still a host situation? And then when does it become a party?
I think 11 to 12 is host situation, Anything more than 12 people, I think that becomes a party. I think when you're pushing the 13 to 14 is a gray zone, but 15, instantly it's a party.
It's a party.
There's 15 people, it's a party.
And then when does it become a rager?
25 to 30.
25 to 30 becomes a rager?
Yeah.
Okay.
Possibly.
And then when does it become a super rager?
A riot?
yeah. When does it become a riot?
Project X type, like probably 100 people.
100 people?
Nah, 50 to
once the helicopters come by?
Yeah. But anyways, so
I've got some thoughts.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So you talked about this last time, and I didn't listen to it yet, but I listened to the Kanye album.
Oh, Donda.
I listened to Is it Donda or Donda?
Donda. It's his mom's name.
Donda.
Yeah. I actually have to retract some statements, but
interesting. Okay. So I listened to Donda.
Okay.
And I listened to Certified Lover Boy as well.
Oh.
I have thoughts on both.
All right. I'm gonna get comfortable for this.
Yes, get comfy.
What are your thoughts, Fahim?
My thoughts on Donda. Like you were saying, there are many tracks in this.
Yeah.
And I think if it were a physical CD, you may have issue with it, but it doesn't bother me how many tracks are on there.
Yeah.
Because of the ethereal or just fleeting nature of music nowadays with Spotify. It's just ones and zeros.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I probably favorited, here, let me count. And these are repeat listens. I think these are just great songs.
Yeah.
So
yeah, while you do that, I did give it more time to listen to. There were, like you said, there were some solid standout tracks, but again, for me, there isn't a solid, like, instant classic where you're like, oh my God, this is like, I can play this on repeat for all summer.
I could.
Oh, really?
I've got 6 jams.
Okay, which ones?
Pure Souls.
Okay.
Keep My Spirit Alive. Heaven and Hell.
All right.
Remote Control.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
24.
Oh, 24 is a good one.
Believe What I Say.
Okay.
Those are the ones I kept.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. It's hard to, because there's so many features on the album, and no one's credited on like Spotify.
Yeah, what is that? How does he get away with that?
Probably he's Kanye, man.
He can do whatever.
He'd be like, I'll pay you an extra.
Yeah, why not write featuring whoever's singing on there? It's just Kanye. Is it an ego thing?
No, I think it's an aesthetic thing. I think aesthetically, when you look at the track list, it's just the name of the song and then Kanye West. And it's not like a long, because he's done that before in his like Cruel Summer, where it's like featuring 2 Chainz and Kid Cudi and so and Big Sean and etc. Now it's just like aesthetically, when you look at it, I'm assuming, knowing Kanye's discography, but so there were standout tracks.
Yeah, those I kept, and there's a lot of chaff You separate the wheat from the chaff.
Yeah.
But I don't mind it. I just look at it as a release.
Okay.
You could have 100 songs, and if there's 6 that I keep, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Now, a CLB.
That's good too. I like that.
All right.
So I know what's interesting to me is just the genesis of him dropping this album, Donda, right? Mm-hmm. It just kept getting pushed back, getting pushed back, and then the Drake releasing the track that he did with Andre 3000. So they have beef.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, did Kanye keep delaying his release date so he can go head to head with Drake to kind of cannibalize his streams?
I think Drake might have waited for Donda to release Certified Lover Boy.
Oh,
as a response, but also
who waited for? Because it seems like not by chance that they both released at the same time.
Was the Andre 3000 song on Kanye or was it Andre?
No, it was unreleased. I don't think it was on any of them.
Okay, Andre.
I think it was going to be on Kanye's album, but it wasn't.
Okay. Are you familiar with the beef?
No.
Okay, I'll give you a watered down version of the beef. Kanye was producing Pusha T's album. I can't tell you the album off the top of my head because I don't remember, but he was producing this album. Pusha T gets information that Drake has a child that he's like has in hiding. Pusha T does not like Drake, so Pusha T puts out a diss track towards Drake. Drake has a comeback diss track to him. And then Pusha T now comes out and says, I know about your child, and then has that whole song about this child. And then, you know, Drake's this, he's a deadbeat father, et cetera, et cetera. Drake's like, there's only a few people who knew this information. Kanye's producing this album. Kanye knew this information. Kanye told Pusha. So then Drake had that song, A Kiki. Do you, you know? People were hinting that this Kiki reference is to Kim Kardashian because that's one of her nicknames. And Drake has made multiple references to like driving, taking a right turn, going down 2 blocks and taking a right turn and fucking this woman. And if you look at where they live on a map, Kanye's house is 2 blocks down and to the right, you know? So everyone's like, Drake's making these little subtle remarks, but not like saying
explicitly.
Oh no, I think our wide camera went out. Oh, well. So now we got two.
We got our singles.
Clips. Yeah,
that's all that matters.
So anyway, So now there's this beef going back and forth. And okay, so it was funny because I didn't realize I saw this other video breaking down this. Oh, and it turns out it was never Kanye that told Pusha T this information about his son. It was actually like Drake's, one of his like people from his camp was hanging out with Pusha T one night and was like, yeah, you know, Drake's got this child and blah, 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 and gave him all this information.
Whoa.
So now there's this growing feud between Kanye and Drake. And
even though Kanye wasn't the one who gave up the info?
Yeah.
They don't care at this point?
Yeah. And then it got to a point where Kanye made this beat that Drake really wanted. And Kanye was like, I'm not going to give this to you. And he released that Poopity Scoop song. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Where that was supposed to, like, if you listen to the instrumental, that's a hard beat. That's a good ass beat.
Yeah.
And
he just wasted it?
Wasted just by saying Poopity Scoop on the entire thing. Because he was like, this could have been Drake's, but fuck you, you know?
Whoa. That's such a funny way of burning it down.
Yeah.
As a producer.
And there's some more even gossip attached to this. So when Pusha T found out about this child, he went and told A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky went and told Frank Ocean. This is a gossip chain. Frank Ocean starts taking shots at Drake on this song that he was on with A$AP Rocky. There's just so much like.
So why does Frank Ocean not like Drake?
He hasn't really liked Drake. Because Drake ghostwrites. So if you listen to
Drake ghostwrites or
no,
takes?
I'm sorry. He has a ghostwriter. And if you listen to Blonde, Frank Ocean's album, that's why I brought up this Andre 3000 thing. Andre 3000 is on Frank Ocean's album Blonde, has a whole track to himself. Mm-hmm. And in the track, he mentioned something where he says, you know, like I'm just gonna paraphrase where he was like, it's wild to me that now these artists have people writing for them, because coming up, you know, we used to write our own stuff. Maybe I just pushed myself further and harder than, you know, I should have, when I could have just been, you know, ingenuine and is that even a word? To have a ghostwriter. So that was like a whole track on Frank Ocean's album directed towards that Andre 3000 rapped, like taking a shot at Drake. But yeah, a lot of people, Drake underpays his staff. The OVO team has like,
he's the Ellen of R&B.
Yeah, literally. And he has like this whole OVO, his whole like, I don't know if OVO is Drake or I'm gonna get butchered by the Toronto purists.
Damn,
but basically Drake's like record label has a way where they kind of like screw over like the people below, like the producers.
Like doesn't The Weeknd have a problem? It's because wasn't he signed to OVO?
Something like that. I'm not too. I only know. Sure. Remember how we used to just tell people internet gossip, but it was always like, take this with
grain of salt.
This is one of those things.
People could do their own digging.
Yeah, but this is
these like broad strokes are good for me because I know nothing.
Yeah, so Drake's team is like in this awful contract. They can't there's producers on board that don't get paid well, ghostwriters that don't get paid well. People who are getting screwed over. So it's kind of like within the industry, people know. And because I've met with certain individuals who are like close to proximity in these circles, that have mentioned like, we
can get invited to Drake parties, dude. You're holding out on me?
I don't think after this podcast comes out, we can.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
But we can hopefully
we can edit it so we can still, no.
I'd rather go to Frank Ocean parties.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the whole like, and then Certified Lover Boy.
Oh yeah. So I forgot what was this going off of? Continue the stream of thought.
Oh, so I think when Donda came out, Drake was waiting for Donda to be released, to release it the next week or on the same week as Donda, you know? So Donda came out last Monday?
I feel like they came out on the same day or one day of each other.
It came out on Monday, and I think Certified Lover Boy came out on Friday. So like within four or 5 days of each other, you know?
Yeah. I think they're both good. They're different. I feel like Kanye stuff, he pushes shit sonically. And Drake's is good.
Yeah.
But it's of the time.
Yeah.
And of the period. But I think what Kanye does is it just pushes the ball musically further. Drake's a better vibe, I guess.
Yeah, he's a good time.
But he's a good time. But you hear it, and you know what it is, and you've heard it. It's like it's great execution.
Yeah,
it's just great. He's like a master of execution.
Yeah.
But Kanye will enter new territory, especially for hip hop.
Yeah,
love it or hate it, he takes big swings.
Yeah,
There's no Drake song you hear and you go, whoa. You'd be like, that's fire, or that's shit. Not like, what is this?
Yeah.
You never hear a Drake song and you're like, what is this? Or I've never heard that.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
It's a club banger.
Yes. And I did a deep dive just in my psyche over this stuff and just like analyzing it. There's this argument, and there's been an argument for a while, let's say like Drake versus Kanye, and that's an argument being had now. But I think Kanye will win the race because he's a producer. He's like, think of Quincy Jones could spit. Yeah. Quincy Jones had relevancy he still does.
Yeah, till this day.
Till this day, because he is a creator.
Yeah.
He's creating beats, and then Kanye's spitting as well, but he has the superpower of having that mind and musical ability and crafting beats that'll make him relevant forever.
Yeah.
He will always be putting out music that he will always be a commodity in the music industry. The older you get, when you're just a vessel, especially when you're using ghostwriters, or even if you weren't using ghostwriters, but as you age in the music industry, think how big Madonna was at one point.
Yeah.
Think of how big Smokey Robinson was at one point. These were the biggest, the highest of heights. And then you just kind of age out.
That's true.
No matter how good you are,
Yeah.
no one wants to see that from that vessel anymore.
Yeah.
But Kanye can continue making beats and entering new territory and just getting younger people to feature on a track if he wants to, just for social currency as he gets older.
Yeah.
And just the uniqueness of the tracks are digestible for society, and it'll always be relevant.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you are just, and there's parallels to acting and stuff too, like acting versus writing and producing.
Yeah, yeah. And man, like, okay, growing up until like 5-6 years ago, I was a diehard Kanye fan. Diehard. I respect the man's work now, but I mean, after his political ramblings and whatever.
Yes, that's over here. I put that in this box.
Yeah, so it's been, lately, I've been pulling myself away from this, but Kanye, like Quincy Jones's career, if you look at it, he had a start in classical jazz music, and that evolved into like writing and producing for guys like Frank Sinatra, then going into doing movie scores, and then going into doing co-creating TV shows and working with the biggest pop star of all time, you know, from going from jazz to doing Beat It and Bad, you know, or Thriller or whatever, you know. And you look at Kanye's trajectory, a guy that was making beats for Rockefeller, you know, Jay-Z and all those guys, to becoming a rapper producer, becoming like now he's doing his own sneaker line with Louis Vuitton, with Nike, with Adidas, moving into his own like Yeezus, you know. So it's not just like he does music, and I because he goes on these interviews and he just rambles and he says the same thing.
But you got to look at it sort of like Trump or something, where there's these theatrics and all that, and that's over here.
Yeah.
What he does best is beats, and I separate the person. That's why I love Trump. No,
We'll
just
see.
kidding. That's a terrible example.
Is that why there's a Make America
behind the thing? Yeah. A bunch of red hats.
Yeah. No, so I bring this up to highlight, I think Kanye's just an overall artist. His strongest suit is hit music, sonically. Yeah. But I feel like he has dabbled in this, and he's been successful. And again, I'm not trying to like be my fanboyness is not speaking right now, but like
this is you being an objective.
Just looking at it, that anything that he's kind of touched, whether it's been music, fashion, or other projects that he's taken on, have done well.
It's almost a testament to knowing your worth.
Yeah.
Because I think any other person, think about his come up when he was younger, just making beats, and how much the universe was trying to get him to just keep his head down and make beats.
Yeah.
And not let him rap, not let him do any of these things.
Oh, yeah.
To know what he had and parlay it to what he is now.
Yeah.
Because I would say 99% of the time, most of the guys would just be happy to make beats for all these big rappers and just stifle their potential.
Yeah.
But for him he is a live wire, eccentric.
Yeah.
You look at some interviews, you go, he's ridiculous, and all that is true at times.
Yeah.
But the lesson you can take from it, though, is knowing your worth.
Yeah. And even though you could look at his products and be like, what the fuck is this, you know? Like, you could look at his Yeezy line, or was it Yeezy line?
Yeezy line, I think.
Yeah, you could look at it and be like, the fuck?
Sure.
Like, what?
I look at some of those shoes. It looks like a archaeological dig or something.
The shoes, the Walking Dead like attire and shirts, but it's also, if you look at it, he does put in the amount of thought. Like, everything it's thought out, even though it might not be tasteful, in my opinion. It's been thought out, worked on, refined to a point where that's why I guess Donda kept being delayed. He did one album release listening party, and he refined it.
I heard it's vastly different, the finished product, from the first listening party.
Oh yeah, I bet, you know, and he's just refined it so many times. And you look at someone like Drake, where it's like, I just need this album out, and you know, I'm in it.
It's good. I'm not gonna lie, but it's very much of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Drake is a master of execution, but
okay.
I don't think he pushes the ball sonically that far downfield.
Yeah. So yeah, I spent the last week re-listening to some of the album songs on Donda, and it's not my favorite Kanye album, but there's some good tracks in there. But yeah.
What do you think is the last album Kanye did that was a banger?
Yeezus.
Yeezus?
He did Yeezus, and that was like, because that's something that was a sound that hasn't really been heard before. Like, he had Daft Punk do like 3 tracks on that album, you know? And not just speaking as a Daft Punk fan, but it was like, these are tracks that you're just like, you listen to like a song like I Am a God, or you listen to songs like Black Skinhead, and you're just like, I think one of my favorite Kanye songs that always gets overlooked when you look at his like catalog is off Yeezus, Can't Hold My Liquor with Chief Keef. Kanye has these little things, like he has certain songs where he only has a short verse in it. It's this big build-up, instrumental build-up, and then Kanye's like it's a chorus in the beginning, and then Kanye's verse comes in, and it's short and it's sweet and it's very precise, and then afterwards it's just this instrumental acid trip, and he's done that on many on songs before. So when you listen to Can't Hold My Liquor on Yeezus, you're just like, holy shit. But yeah, after that I feel like Kanye kind of lost his place in.
What came after?
Then he did Life of Pablo.
I like that.
It was good. It was a good album, but it was.
I like that more than Yeezus.
Damn.
Is it because Yeezus is more like rock kind of?
No, I think it was just it was because prior to that he made not including Watch the Throne, he did My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. You know. Yeah. So when he did, great. So the way I kind of looked at it was when you're looking at his solo project, he made My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and he proved that he can make the perfect album. You know, the perfect features, the perfect verses, sonically, everything that was like a perfect album. He makes Yeezus, and he's like, I can make the most imperfect album, the most like crude, rough around its edges, you know, album. And then he made Life of Pablo, where it was the same thing as Donda. He uploaded it up to Spotify. The next day he would change the tracks. You know, the next day he would like redo some of the songs when it was like an ongoing piece of work, you know? And it was already up on Spotify. And it's like the next week, the songs...
you just couldn't get it. It was different.
Yeah, it's like the songs just randomly... You're like... I mean, it's the same songs, but like the arrangements and the verses are different all of a sudden. And you're like, wait, what? You know? So I think, yeah, Yeezus was a very like aggressively rough sonically album where you're just like, I haven't heard anything like this. Life of Pablo is great. There's some great tracks off that. That's our Kanye rant, you know?
There you have it. You know, I wanted to mention this last podcast, but I forgot to. DaBaby.
Oh, yes.
Maybe we're past it in the news cycle and everything.
He'll make his...
That was such an interesting event, I suppose, if you want to analyze it as well.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. And that's what's interesting about it as well.
Before we go, do you want to give an introduction on who
DaBaby?
Because he's
look, I'm kind of new to DaBaby as well. Yeah. But DaBaby, and you have to say it that way.
D-A.
DaBaby is a rapper.
Okay.
Yeah, I pretty much summed it up, huh?
He's come on the scene in the last like 2 to 3 years.
He has a song with Dua Lipa. Is it Dua Lipa or
Dua?
Dua
Dua
Lipa. Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
It's like Dua. Like, hey, Dua Lipa. Basically. Like Dua Lipa Faith?
Yeah.
Hey, Dua Lipa. So Dua?
Yeah, Dua.
Okay. What is she again?
She is, I believe,
Lebanese or something?
No, not she's not Albanian. She's
sexy is what she is. Welcome back to the Misogyny Podcast, guys.
She is, I want to say Albanian. No, not Albanian.
If you guys know what Dua Lipa is, write into the podcast, fahimanwardancehour@gmail.com. Let us know what's coursing through her veins.
No, not. Yeah, I think maybe Albanian.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, well, Dua.
Same,
she has that
same
song.
place as Rita Ora, so I think Rita Ora is Albanian as well.
She is?
Yeah.
Rita Ora.
Yeah.
That sounds Latina.
I don't think that's her like full name.
Rita Ora?
Yeah.
You don't think it's her real name?
I'm sure it's
sort
a stage
of
name.
Fahim Anwar is my stage name, and Bill Johnson is my real name.
No, I feel like isn't your real name like Fahim Anwar?
It's Eduardo
Fahim
Sanchez. I was Latino, and I go, it's been done.
Yeah, you got to
There's not enough fake Afghans in entertainment.
Yeah.
So I'm actually Latino.
You got to stand out that way.
I got to stand out.
Yeah.
I go, I don't want to take the easy route. Yeah, it's like double black diamond ethnicity.
It's like you're like, instead of, Emilio Estevez,
Yeah, but my dad's not.
Yeah.
Who's his dad? Martin Sheen?
Martin Sheen.
Yeah, West Wing.
Yeah.
Dua Lipa, Da Baby.
So, yeah.
They have that song, Levitating.
Mm-hmm. That was like the biggest song in the summer.
Pop song. Oh, yeah.
It's a big TikTok song.
See, I'm a musical guy. I don't pay attention to lyrics.
Yeah, you just listen to the harmony.
Yeah. I'm the baby. Is that how the verse goes?
Basically.
Yeah, but I do live in the hell. I'm the baby. Yeah, I hate gay people. That's in the song,
He
right?
says that, yeah.
People didn't pick up. People thought it was a surprise. Those
They were
comments
just
he made, but
grooving, yeah.
he was saying that in all his hooks.
Yeah. They were just
But they were
grooving.
so funky that people didn't pay attention to all the
just went over
all the
their
hate.
heads. Yeah, went over everyone's head.
So this was fascinating to me on so many fronts. All right, so let's read the comments, and these are DaBaby. Okay. So DaBaby got canceled for a brief period.
He was
doing Rolling Loud.
Yeah, he was at a
in
festival.
New York.
Yeah,
it's a music festival,
and
so he's performing. Everyone's hyped.
Yeah.
Everyone's loving DaBaby. And then sometimes artists will do banter between their acts, and they'll talk to the crowd. This is their chance to do stand up.
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much. This is a chance for artists.
Yeah.
Between songs is when musicians live out their stand up fantasies.
Yeah.
Sort of like the way I do songs in between my
stand-up,
jokes.
Yeah.
I pull a guitar out.
Yeah.
Just to test it out, because sometimes if I tell a joke and then while they're laughing, hopefully they like one of my jams.
Yeah.
And if I get a good read on it, I'll be like, maybe I could do this whole musician thing.
Maybe I can give up this.
Maybe I just pull a guitar out from behind the curtain in between my jokes. All right, so DaBaby's getting the crowd live. Everyone's loving it. And then he's talking. He's talking to his fans, right?
Yeah.
So he goes, and these are DaBaby's words, because this may sound harsh, but this is not me. This is DaBaby, okay?
Yeah.
He goes, if you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2 or 3 weeks, put your cell phone light in the air. And then I'm sure everyone goes, ah, wait, what? Ladies, if your pussy smelled like water, put your cell phone light in the air. Fellas, if you ain't suck a N-word dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the air. Keep it fucking real. So those were his comments, and it's hateful, terrible, but what I love about it is it's so verbose. This wasn't a wrong pronoun or slipping one word.
There's no taradiddling out of this.
If he were to give a press conference for him to say, those 23 sentences were taken out of context. That is not what you are twisting my word. That is not. It was a Freudian 3-page slip.
There's no swimming out of this.
This is absurd.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like he had the worst speechwriter in the world create this.
It sounded like he practiced this. The way it just flowed.
Yeah, like this is a one-man show or something. Or he's auditioning and this is his monologue.
He was backstage practicing this like breakdown.
If you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, and then any of them sexually transmitted diseases, it'll make you die in 2 or 3 weeks. Put your cell phone light in the air.
That's a mouthful.
Do you think anyone put their cell phone light in the air after that?
I think people were like,
they agreed with him.
They were like reaching for their phone as they're processing it, and they're just like, "Wait, what?"
Ladies, they need to teach a college class on this occurrence, because it's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Ladies, if your pussy smelled like water, put your cell phone light in the air.
I don't even think that's.
Is that a positive?
Possible. No, I don't even think that's like healthy to have.
Is that the gold
discharge?
Standard?
I don't think so. It's just unrealistic.
When I read into it and I read his comments here, it was just hysterical to me that it took this many sentences. How do you not catch yourself? Or yeah, it's absurd. So was dealing with the consequences and stuff. I mean, he didn't even really give a real apology, right? And okay, another fascinating angle of this is he will be fine. And
you think so?
The baby?
Yeah. Okay.
The rap plays by completely different rules.
That's possibly
than white musicians.
Yeah. Then like okay.
If a white artist delivered one of these lines, their life is over.
Okay. I guess so. Yeah.
Life is over, or a massive, massive hit.
Yeah.
The baby took a hit for maybe a week or two, but I think people see that the baby and rap and they go, the baby. That's just the baby being the baby.
I can kind of see that because you look at what T.I. has been saying. Like T.I. says some like outrageous shit.
Yeah.
Every month.
Rap plays by different rules.
Yeah.
Also, no one expects rap to be LGBTQIA friendly. And it sounds awful to say, and we're in a different paradigm. It's 2021. All genres and facets of entertainment should be, but rap is this special place, and not special in a good way, but just people put it in this other. For as universal as it is, it's in this hold your feet to the fire different area.
I feel like because it's very mainstream, these moments stand out, a lot. But I feel like there's one genre of music where it's very similar type of homophobe. I'm not saying like rap is full of homophobia. I'm not saying that. There is history in there. But also country music, man. Like I feel like a country singer could get on stage and say the same exact thing without the N-word. And it'd just be like, yeehaw, motherfucker.
You think?
Guns and ammo.
You think a country artist could say this thing?
100%. I think...
Not a mainstream.
Who's that guy? There's this one guy who had a song that says like a bullet in the Taliban or like bomb.
Well, that's completely different. Like
I mean, it's a very pro-war, anti-politically correct.
Look,
there's a certain subsect of country music where this can fly,
I would say they're different because the Taliban and put a bullet in a brown guy's head. That's like brown people from a different country, and I think this is generalizing broad strokes, but more people can rally against hating the other. LGBTQ is still part. It's like your brother or your uncle. That feels less other.
Yeah.
Than I'm gonna put my boot up your ass.
But I still feel like there has been. I'm sure if I dig enough, not even dig, I'm sure if I just do a Google search, I'll find some artist that.
Not to this degree.
Not to that degree. Maybe
this is like a Shakespeare play on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one dude. Actually, it was a few years ago. Went after Obama calling him N-word this and that on stage. Who's that guy? I can't even remember. He's like a.
Is he huge?
He's like a great guitarist or whatever. Jimmy? No, not Jimmy Buffett. Is that even a name? Jimmy Buffett?
Yeah, that's not a country guy though.
I don't know.
Margaritaville, dude. But yeah, rap is in this other category.
Yeah.
I wanted to do a bit about this too, like how sometimes it's just par for the course. You'll hear about rappers getting shot and dying, and no one's surprised because we've been through it so many times as a society. No one's really shocked by it. You go, oh, that's terrible. But in your mind, you're like, yeah, that's a thing that happens.
Yeah.
That's a thing that happens with rappers.
Yeah.
And I was thinking it would be funny if it happened in other genres of music. Like Brad Paisley was shot 9 times at a rodeo, right? Yeah. Or like Blake Shelton was stabbed at the CMT Awards. Carrie Underwood is in critical condition. It's absurd. But with rap music, you go, oh yeah, that happens.
Yeah, you're a little desensitized to it.
Yes, because you compartmentalize it in your mind. You go, shot, dead, gangland style, whatever. All right, that's that happened to rappers. So many of them have gotten shot.
Yeah,
XXX.
To whatever.
50 Cent's been shot.
Yeah.
Didn't someone shoot at Snoop, Tupac, Biggie? That's just a thing. That's part of it.
Yeah.
It's almost like when they put a lei on you when you come to Hawaii. Bullets are just part of the rap package.
Yeah.
and we think nothing of it. Maybe in the 90s, it was kind of, what's going on here? Because rap was so new.
Yeah, yeah.
It started with NWA. I mean, these are broad strokes. I'm sure there's hip hop heads who are like, it didn't start with NWA. But in terms of, what's this aggressive rap happening? Yeah. And so they were, but I think, 90s is when violence started to really. Yeah. Because it was stylized kind of aggression with NWA. Yeah. And then bullets started flying in the 90s. And they haven't stopped.
And that's when definitely. It was during that time, during that era.
Yeah. When people took rap seriously. And then they realized this is all pretend.
Yeah. It's at the end of the day.
It took a while to realize, hey, we're making so much money. Why are we doing street stuff?
We've given the listeners great musical history in this.
Yeah, man.
In this,
you dropped some knowledge on me.
Possibly, yeah.
A little Kanye knowledge.
I know drama. I love drama. So anytime there's gossip in any industry, you want YouTuber drama?
You got it?
I got it, man.
You want Drake drama?
Did we talk about that Jake Paul fight the other week?
We did not.
That was stupid. That's all I got to say about that.
You say it was stupid? That was my favorite fight of all time.
Did you watch it?
No, I'm kidding.
But did you end up watching it or watching clips of it or?
No, was it good?
Nah, I didn't watch it either.
So he lost, huh?
He won.
Wait, Jake Paul won?
Jake Paul won.
Oh.
By decision.
All right. Did he really win?
No, because when you look at, because all I saw was like the stats and that were counted up, the amount of hits. I don't even remember the guy's name that he fought.
Something Woodley?
Something like that.
Huh.
He landed more hits, landed more power hits. All he, threw less and hit more. Jake Paul threw a lot, missed a lot. But yeah, statistically, that other dude should have won. But,
so is he the greatest pound for pound fighter in the world?
At this point, I guess so,
Damn.
Him and his brother. Like, his brother got knocked out by Floyd Mayweather, and he was held up. Did you see that video?
No.
Logan Paul was fighting Mayweather, ridiculous, whatever, gets the shit punched out of him as you would fighting Floyd Mayweather. Floyd knows if this guy goes down, I might not make as much money. Holds him up, literally is like hugging him up, holding him up on his feet.
Why?
Who knows? Maybe.
Wait. Why does he make more money if he holds him up?
Maybe they had some deal. I don't know. Maybe he didn't want the show to end so soon.
Okay.
Because Floyd knew this was like a performance, and so he lands this massive hit, and then like you see Logan Paul just go like flop, and then Floyd's like just holding him up,
Yeah.
just enough where he can kind of get back to consciousness. But these YouTuber fighters are getting.
They're making more money fighting than any
There's
other
actually,
way.
I was actually talking to this guy this past weekend. His friend is starting up a gym in Beverly Hills just to train YouTubers to fight one another. And he's charging them like thousands of dollars a session.
Jeez.
Because he knows these kids, and it's only fighting for relevancy. That's it. Like, no one's fighting because they have like a chip on their shoulder and they got to prove a point.
It's just like a payday.
Yeah. It's like, I want to be the undercard at the Logan Paul fight. All these eyes are going to be there, and they know there's going to be another fight. So
David Dobrik's going to start training.
Oh my God, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, so that's that. Do we have anything in the mailbag?
No,
nothing came in.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got something or no?
No, I got nothing,
bro. Peeps, if you want to write into the pod, fahimanwardancehour@gmail.com. Write in. Tell us what you had for lunch.
Yeah.
Give us some air fryer recipes.
Oh, that'd be good. We're still working out the benefit show, so
come to that if you're in town.
But again, we're still working it out, so I guess you'll just have to. Actually, I heard.
Oh shit! We just got one, dude.
Oh yeah,
bro. This came in. All right. You ready for this?
Let's hear it.
Talk about Saved by the Bell here. The subject heading is mail question thing.
Okay.
You could work on your subject headings. I'm going to be real. I haven't read the body of it, but you could just write question. I'm already reading an email.
Could be mailbag.
Yeah, could be mailbag.
Yeah.
But mail question thing.
Interesting.
You put everything in the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
In that subject heading. Hopefully this isn't the way you corporate email.
No.
But I'll give a pass.
Okay.
I'm coming in hot. I apologize. I was just taken aback by the subject heading.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a fan of subject headings. Succinct, to the point.
It's an art.
The subject heading threw me off.
Okay, yeah.
All right. You guys talk a lot. Good stuff. All right. The fuck? The gloves are off.
Wait, time out. What the fuck did you expect from a podcast?
It's like watching a porno and being like, you guys fuck a lot. What's that about? All you guys do is fun. You guys talk a lot. Good. She's playing mind games with this email, dude. You guys talk a lot? Good stuff. Are we getting negged?
Thanks.
Is this like a
Thank
pickup
you.
artist?
Thank you.
My question is, for the both of you, what are some of your, quote, unspoken rules that you think everyone should live by?
Well, I mean, we talked about the host thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Not only how to host, but if you're going to, like, make or provide dinner for somebody.
Yeah. We talked about my line rule, kind of. You know, once you hit 30, lines.
Oh, lines. Yeah, I think.
Ooh. All right, let's try to go through some like things you live by or
Sure.
rules. Oh, I don't know if this counts. This is just more of a life pro tip. Whenever you go to a birthday thing, like a birthday dinner or any dinner where there's a bunch of people, I always have cash on me.
Interesting.
So when it's towards the end, I drop it and I'm out.
Okay.
Instead of doing all this math,
Ah.
then it's a math project with everyone at the table.
Yeah.
Just wad of cash. Peace.
So
Figure it out.
in that scenario, if I'm there with a friend or I know somebody, I'll be like, hey, pay for me. I'll Venmo you right now, so I don't have to deal with the wait for the card.
Yeah.
You know,
That's still relying on someone. There's nothing more freeing
That's
and
true.
makes you feel more like an adult than reaching in your pocket, dropping some green paper,
Yeah,
and leaving.
that's actually clever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a lot of random rules that I kind of go by. Right now, my mind is just on this hosting thing because
You've been burned
I
by some ushers. My way, nothing else.
there's a lot of
You got it
now.
back when you're on the phone.
Is that Usher?
You got it back.
That is Usher.
Yeah.
Um,
No, you got it back when you're not on the phone. Let it burn. I'm doing an Usher mega mix.
You're blending.
Let it burn.
I've been to
Yeah.
shit. I was at somewhere recently and I had this thought. Oh yeah, it's good. Caught up. Protests. Because I've been going to a few Afghan protests lately. Prep and practice chants. You know,
Prep and practice chants. Okay.
before, like if you're
was it sloppy?
if you're gonna lead, you know, and designate who will be leading. I've been to a few. Not saying
this kind of blends into your hosting thing.
Yeah, and I'm not saying specifically.
You want a protest host?
This hasn't happened in the Afghan protest, but I'm just saying I've noticed this even in like other protests I've been to. They just kind of get there and they're like, free, insert country, free, insert country. And then it's like, all right, what's next, you know? And then it's just like they run out of chant ideas. Sometimes you don't even have to chant.
Do they need writers?
They need, you know, you got to pitch them some like.
Are they part of the guild?
I don't think so. I think it's non-union. But yeah, so I think either that or sometimes you don't even have to chant, you know? You can just march.
Be there? That's nice.
And just go through the streets. You know, we know why we're here.
Right.
And we have everyone has signs. Free Palestine.
Right.
Free Afghanistan. Whatever it is, whatever the, you know, Black Lives Matter. The signs are there. Everyone's holding signs, and if it's a country thing, everyone's got their flags. Armenian genocide, we know, oh, it's Armenian flags. And there's a sign that says, remember the genocide. So I don't know if chanting is necessary. Yeah. Maybe some people like the spirit of it. I'm not a chanter because when I'm not
a chanter either.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go to a concert or something. I'm not that vocal.
You're not as.
I'll soak it in.
Okay.
If there's call and response and stuff, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah. I don't do that call.
Like even at baseball games, they're like charge. I don't want to do that.
No. I don't participate in that. I'm just.
Hey, I don't want to do that.
I enjoy it.
If you're into that, cool.
When it's going around me, when it's going on around me, I enjoy the experience, but I'm not gonna.
It's interesting, dude. Some people can allow themselves to just be part of that tribe mentality, and chant at a game and yell at a guy, and do the call and response and chant defense and do the wave. And I'm just a guy there watching the game. Yeah. I can never get as emotionally invested as 80% of the people at this game. Yeah. I'm enjoying it, but I'm just a guy watching in silence.
So in those scenarios, I've experienced things like that where I kind of envy these individuals to an extent, because I know what you mean. I'm like, I wish I was able to let loose and have fun like this guy. That's one side of my brain.
Yes.
The other side, I'm like, I'm glad I'm not as much of a dumbass as this guy, you know?
Yeah.
But it's a tug of war.
Both, I get it.
Yeah. Like I want to have a good time and just feel free, a free spirit at these.
I'll see videos. This happens several times. You'll see so many videos of people fighting at the game.
Oh yes.
And that is such a foreign concept to me.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Even if it's my home team, and some guy's wearing an away jersey and yelling some stuff, I'm like, that guy's really invested.
I watch these videos for work at Ridiculousness, and I've thought about these stadium fights or these bleacher seat fights at baseball games, football games.
This will happen every day.
I think what happens is it's less about team rivalry and more about the pent-up aggression or not aggression, but the pent-up frustration of just being at the stadium, leaving work or whatever at a certain time, waiting in traffic, getting into the stadium, paying overpriced drinks and hot dogs. Everything's building up, and you just need something to just like take you over the
tipping
edge.
Point.
Yeah.
I think it's less about the stadium going experience that you are describing and more about their life.
Okay.
They don't like their job. They're stressed with their wife and their kids, and this is their escape. And they've if their team wins, all is right in the world.
Okay.
This win means so much more than just the win for the team.
I see.
This is a win for this guy's life.
I see.
So it's kind of like his life is falling apart.
Yeah.
And he's putting everything into this game. And that's why he's willing to beat the shit out of a guy in like a Dodgers jersey or something.
Yeah. It's just it's embarrassing to see the ones who start the fight get the shit beat out of them. There's this dude at I think it was like a Rams game, Dodgers game. These two guys were fighting, and he had a chain on, and he had the higher ground because his seat was a bit higher. The dude below him grabs onto his chain, and these chains seemed like he had nice expensive chains on where they didn't break. Yanks him down with the chain and just starts hammering on this guy.
So now he has a handle on the guy.
Yeah, and the guy's leaning forward because he's higher, so now he's like tilted, hunched down.
Physics. They should teach this in physics class.
And this guy who started was the one who had the chains on. So, and then him and his friend fled, and I think he made a response video, because the video went viral, and he had to millions of people saw him get the shit beat out of him. But yeah, these how do we get into this? The stadium fights? Losing yourself in these moments and stuff.
Yeah, I just don't care. I just don't care about anything that much.
Yeah. So protest or games, I just don't get caught up in the chants in the aspect of that, I'm there to show solidarity when I'm at these protests. And, you know, and I appreciate people chanting, but I'm just saying, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
But again, I also appreciate people
who do,
because it's for them.
That. We need that in the world.
It's a unifying, spiritual experience for some.
Oh yeah, unspoken rules that you think everyone should live by. I have one. I think one headshot per couple is an important one. One headshot per couple. This is kind of rules to live by in the entertainment industry. I feel like if you are in a relationship, if you're looking for a partner, only one of them should be in the biz. Otherwise, I think it's ripe for disintegration.
I have that rule within myself too.
So one headshot per couple is just a cute way of saying that. Only one of you should have a headshot.
I think my thing is, don't be in a relationship with someone within the industry. I mean,
that's a long-winded way of saying one headshot per couple.
Even like influencer, even like within whatever industry, you know.
It's the same shit, dude.
I agree with that opinion.
I probably have more, but I'm under the gun here.
I have a whole lexicon of like just dumb shit that I live by that I don't have. You know, it's unwritten. It's a lexicon of an imaginary library.
Oh, I forgot to mention this. This isn't mailbag related, but Bill Burr texted me the other day.
Oh shit!
I'm hanging at the Comedy Store. I'm done at my set.
Yeah.
I'm talking to a comic. I have this Apple Watch, right? Mm-hmm. So I get vibrates before I know what's going on. My wrist vibrates.
Yeah.
I look at the watch from Bill Burr. You want me to read the text, dude?
Oh my God.
You want me to read the text, dude?
Let's hear it.
Just you wait.
Fahim, fuck you.
It's a voice note. Yeah. He goes, dude, that bit about tens getting cheated on is fire.
Oh my God.
And then I go, thanks, dude. You just made my year. He goes, seriously, next level bit, man. You are going to make millions.
Holy
exclamation
shit.
point.
Dude.
Bill Burr, man.
And this is a private text.
Private text, man.
He had to pull his phone out.
Yo, when you analyze it, I know what you're talking about. Like my buddy also did this as well.
Yeah.
And it is neat when you analyze it like that. Like, this wasn't just a comment on a video.
Yeah.
He had to take the phone out of his pocket, text me. Yeah. There's a little bit of work involved.
Even if the phone was already out and he's watching this on Instagram, he closes out of Instagram and he could have DM'd you.
This is true.
He could have sent you a DM on
go off the app.
Yeah.
Go into text.
Yeah.
Fire it off.
Yeah.
He's one of my faves. To get that kind of compliment from him. Yeah, is so much. Because like I love Bill. I love the way he does comedy. I like his path. Yeah, just a big fan. And so to get that text from him was very cool.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
And it was interesting, just the power of, because I've talked about toiling between the two, just waiting for this thing to put out, or just I've become a little more generous with clips within the last year or two.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I was just stockpiling everything from Mr. Hollywood to say it's okay to do what I do. And this is almost just proving, or a testament that you're on the right path, or on the right course, because the only way he sees this bit is me releasing it on Instagram or Twitter. That's how he caught it.
Yeah.
If I saved it for
a special or something.
Special, how many months later is this going to be down the line? Does he even catch it? Yeah. People have time for clips.
Yeah.
Clips, someone will catch one of them. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of cool. And also, I was telling Bill, that bit was so 50-50. It's this joke about like why tens get cheated on.
We talked about it last week. Yeah.
So why beautiful women always get cheated on. And I've been getting so many compliments on this one particular bit. It's crazy.
Because I think it's not, it passes a joke and it actually goes into.
It's a truth.
Yeah.
That's the problem with the joke.
It's a very like interesting analysis of where people are like.
But it's so obvious to me, but it took a long time to develop the language around and to take this complex yet simple thought and pare it down. And this is almost.
And just deliver it as like that joke.
Yeah, I think that's the holy grail of comedy, when you can take an idea and distill it down in as few words as possible.
Yeah.
And everyone gets the concept. It's like everything clicks in place.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll have a great concept and your wording around it is so clunky and not everyone catches everything. And even though it's a great idea or a novel concept, the language isn't there yet to sort of transpose it into someone's mind.
Yeah.
And this is a sensitive subject as well. So I would put off a lot of audiences before I got it to its finished product, which you see on Instagram and TikTok, which I put it on.
Yeah.
And I think it's on YouTube too. But the bad version, because I can't remember it totally, but the crux of it was like beautiful women always get cheated on. Like I always hear from like beautiful women. And they're like, I don't know why. Why does that keep happening? And I go, I think it's because to get a 10 to be attracted to you is a very rare skill set.
Yeah.
And if a guy can do that, he's not doing it once.
Yeah.
Like, why would a guy build up that skill set to just do it once?
Yeah.
Like, why would Superman walk when he can fly? And I go, ladies, I don't think you understand how hard it is for guys to approach girls. Just how hard it is to do that. And then like a 10, every guy in the world is approaching this woman. So she has a lot of like walls and laser fields around her heart, but douchebags. And then I do an act out of like going through a laser field and then like fucking and then leaving. But it took a long time to get that wording and that structure.
Yeah.
But again, you touched on it where it's half joke and half truth.
Mm-hmm.
And it is just a truth that is harsh for some women in the moment when I would do it. Because sometimes it would kill.
Yeah.
It would smash. Like if it was a packed crowd, it would always smash because there's enough guys who are laughing at it. And then
the crowd's diverse enough.
If it's diverse enough, sometimes you'll have 50-50 jokes or certain jokes where you'll get enough people to laugh and then it'll spread like wildfire throughout the crowd.
Yeah.
But if it's a lighter crowd, it's harder to get that spread because some people will get offended and then there's not enough people for it to ripple through the room.
Yeah.
And this was one of those jokes that sometimes it would smash and then sometimes it would put the audience off. And because I'm working towards this hour, it would kind of pump the brakes on the flow of the set. So even though it's a great joke, I just couldn't risk. I didn't want to have it in the hour that I'm working on because it'll take the wind out of the sails. I'll lose momentum.
Yeah.
So I was taping that set in La Jolla.
Oh man.
And it did great. And in my mind, I was like, I got it.
Yeah.
I captured it. It did what it's supposed to. I got what it's supposed to get.
Yeah.
I could just throw that up. It's not worth saving for this thing. And I'm glad that I did it because, Burr sees it. And
everyone's seen it.
Yeah.
It's going viral.
Just teaching you the value of this different time that we're in.
Oh, yeah.
We're waiting for this thing. I think it's just we're in a clip marketplace.
Yeah. Well, that's great, man. One thing I again, we've brought this up before in the past on these unwritten rules that I live by.
Yeah.
Knowing the menu before you fucking wait in line or as you wait in line.
Ah, yes. You have touched on this.
Because
I have another one.
What's up?
Go to the bathroom after the waiter comes by. Don't sit at the table and go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Then waiter comes by. You guys know what you want?
Yeah. Oh, we got to wait
the bathroom
for that guy. And you know what? Even before that, go to the fucking bathroom before you get seated. Because unless you got that reservation where you walk in straight to your table, most likely it's going to be a 5-minute wait. I've never been to a restaurant unless it's like midday where it's straight to the table. It's usually like 5 to 10 minutes, Go then.
This is a good question to the audience. If you guys have any unwritten rules of life, write into the pod.
Please write in.
fahimanwardancehour@gmail.com.
We would love to. We don't have our wide shot right now.
Fuck. Because it went out.
But we still have...
we have our singles, guys.
Yeah, we have our singles. We're talking straight to you guys.
Straight to you guys. Let us know what are some rules to live by in life. And we'll see if we agree or don't.
Yeah.
Because maybe there's some gems. And I go, I got to live my life this way.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
So what are we going to dance our way out to?
All right. Be sure to rate, review the pod, all that jazz, 5 stars.
Oh, I think
Smash that like button.
I read a YouTube comment.
Oh, nice.
And it just killed me. Someone was like, I love the bisexual lighting.
Is that what this is?
I have no idea. I don't know if that means like the color blends that we're using, the blues and the purples and the daylight tone. Or
just be lucky we're not the baby.
Or is it like this is a gay lighting? I don't know what this commenter meant by that.
This is bisexual lighting, man.
So that's
great.
I just when I read that, I just thought, for some reason I just started dying laughing. I was like, I love it regardless. Well, whoever made that comment, thank you. Shout out to you.
Shout out. All right, this song, this is by URL, and it's called Honey, but it's the Phil from Havea remix.
Whoa. And where can they find this song?
They could find this on the Fahim Anwar Dance Hour Spotify playlist.
But let's say maybe they want more music.
Oh, they want more music?
Yeah.
Then we have a Patreon where you'll have access to the deeper dive, the digital crate digging that I do.
And how can they find this Patreon, Fahim?
If you go to patreon.com/Fahim Anwar Dance Hour, they can become a Patreon.
Yeah. And I hear that coming soon there will be more tiers to this.
There may be more tiers in the future. We're just offering a more robust playlist.
Gotcha. And just to support the podcast.
To support the pod.
And to keep it going.
You guys are rich and we are humble artists.
And on top of that, we fucking gave out 2 air fryers.
That's true.
Yeah, 2.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, huh?
One.
What was the sweepstakes?
Was it 1 or 2?
I think 2. I don't know. Actually.
Well,
even 1 is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Even 1 is absurd for a podcast to do.
Has any other podcast given away a air fryer?
Yeah, and don't count the free air fryer pod.
Yeah, forgot that.
That's what they do.
Yeah,
but outside of that,
that's their gimmick. They're sponsored. They're sponsored.
Yeah, we're not.
We're not. We haven't had a sponsor in a long time.
Yeah.
We got kicked out of our old studio.
I know.
No, I'm kidding.
Help us get Yamaha back.
Yeah.
Kawasaki.
That way we can get back to the old studio.
And Glass. Weren't we sponsored by Glass for a moment?
Glass, Life Alert, Apache, Harley, Kawasaki, all of them.
Oh, man.
You know?
We were really running on all cylinders then. So, yeah, check that song out. All the songs are great.
Yeah.
This one is a level above that. This is just such a tasty jam.
Okay.
And this is one of those remixes that don't sound like, it sounds like this is the way the song, and this is no insult to URL. URL is great as well.
Yeah.
But sometimes remixes are so organic that it's, that's amazing too. Because remixes can be cool, but you can tell that it's a song that's remixed.
Yeah.
This sounds like there isn't a different version of it. That's how organic this remix is.
Yeah. That's true.
So hats off to Phil from Havea. And you will hear it after our voices if you're listening. And if you're watching, there's a link down below. Click on it. Oh, yeah, I'll be playing Laughs Boston sometime.
Oh.
I think I still have some time. Oh, I'm also doing the Brea Improv later in September.
Oh, so okay.
So Brea Improv is one night only.
That's not too far from here.
Not too far. I'll be doing an hour there.
And then Boston.
And then Boston, I'm doing a weekend at Laughs Boston. Whoa. So check out that schedule.
This is my tour peak guiding.
Oh, yeah, you brought someone to the show,
I brought someone to the show.
When I broke the stool.
You broke the stool.
I broke the stool.
Yeah, and tomorrow night I might come by with people, and then next week, oh my God, there's this.
Man, the Ali Baluch summer tour.
Yeah, this week, and I hope this is the end of it. But yeah, we'll be coming by within the next couple of days. Everyone that I bring loves the show.
Fuck yeah.
There hasn't been a miss yet.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So, all right.
I'm batting 1,000.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.